Hey guys, go ahead and jump on. It's good to have you guys with us today. We'll get started here in about 3 to 4 minutes. Just letting you guys know, this is the Friday edition. So, not that I'm eating anything fried, but that I'm honestly just looking at the fact that it's hot and humid out. So, hey guys, sorry about that. I hit the mute button on my mic. So so things are going great. I hope you guys are having a great day. This is the Friday edition, and the reason why I called it the Friday edition is because it is humid outside. Holy cow! I told my wife to get the kids outside, and they're gonna go play. So right now they're outside playing in the water with the water hose, and they're gonna have a ball today. So hey, I hope you guys have had a great week so far. But we're gonna get started here in about less than 3 minutes. So, hey, if you guys could do me a favor, go ahead and hit the like button, share this out. I'd love to have more people join us. We've got a great game lined up with some people that are gonna call in and be a part of the game. And then on the last stage of the game, I will have you as the viewing audience. Pete, I see that you jumped on. You obviously cannot be a part of the game because the game involves you. Cody, thanks for jumping on too. So if you guys just do me a favor, hit the share button. Go ahead and get this out there. Let me know if there's anything out there I could be praying for. We love you guys. We dearly miss you guys as a church. Students, if you guys are watching this over on YouTube or you guys are going to watch this a little bit later, that is okay. You guys know that I'm always available for you guys to talk to. Shoot me a text, an email, anything I can do to encourage you, especially in the midst of all this COVID-19 mess. So, hey, but I do love you guys. We'll get started here in less than 2 minutes now. So, I'm going to go ahead and hit the mute button on my mic again, and then I'll jump back on here in just a little bit. Hi, Dorothy. I'm glad that you could jump on. It's great to see you. Is Jeanette with you today also? I hope things are going great. Hey, my wife just joined too, so she must be viewing either from the bedroom or from in the basement. So either one. I don't know. So we'll see. Hey, well, welcome, guys, to Coffee with Bryan, this Friday edition. So here we are. We are broadcasting right here from my dining room table here at the church. So this whole last week, we have been trying to break the system. So right now, we are currently broadcasting on both YouTube and Facebook. And so if you are watching us over at YouTube, please go ahead and hit the chat button over there. I'm going to try to do the best I can to keep flipping back and forth between Facebook and YouTube to see if any of our students are viewing over there. I know some of you guys like to watch us over there. That is perfectly fine. I have enabled the chat feature over there. That would be great to see you guys comment over there. If you are watching from that site, that would be great. We are going to try to do the best we can to break the system even here. And so I've had a little bit of problems with OBS here, even just this last week, and even a little bit today as we were kind of doing some test running even prior to the show today. So, hey, I'm super excited that you guys are with us today. I've got a couple of things that we're going to roll through and excited for a new game that I've entitled Are You Smarter Than Your Pastor? So obviously, this is why I told Pete that he couldn't be a part of it, because he's actually already involved in the game. I've got a couple of contestants that we're going to call in, and they're going to try to win a prize with us today. And so I hope you guys are enjoying today. I had a great evening yesterday. Yesterday, we got to celebrate my wife's birthday. And something that we wanted to do as a family, or just me and her, something that we've never done together. We've gone miniature golfing before. Like, this is something that me and my wife thoroughly enjoy doing. We enjoy going bowling. We enjoy going miniature golfing. It's because we're both very competitive. And I think she's actually more competitive than I am. But one thing that we actually wanted to do was actually go golfing, like legitly go golfing. And so we thought it would be really cool to go do that as just me and her. Now, we would love to be able to take the kids, but lugging around 3 other like infant kids with us would be really hard. And so yesterday, me and her went out to a golf course here on the east, or the west side, sorry, called Auburn Hills. First time I ever been out there. I'd never golfed this golf course before. Absolutely beautiful. I'm just gonna give a little plug out there for the Auburn Hills golf course. Absolutely beautiful, immaculate. It's a little windy, but it actually in some holes really did help me with my little slice. But me and her got to go out there. She doesn't have her own set of golf clubs, but she was able to go out there, and we actually shared my golf clubs. She got to see how good of a driver I am, not a driver. So it's about the only part of my game that I'm fairly decent at. I can hit the ball pretty good. And so it did take me a couple of holes in to finally get that in. We did not do a full 18 holes. We just did 9, which was fine because she's still learning, and I just wanted to get back into the swing of things. Haha, pun intended. So, hey, I do enjoy you guys being here. Hi, Celia. Oh, man, I'm glad you could join us. Hey, I'm talking about golf, Celia, and one of the things that I thoroughly do enjoy, I love playing golf. And so this was as much of a gift for her as it was for me, because she got to go be a part of something that I enjoy doing. And just doing a little bit of just kind of like relaxing time and getting the opportunity to just go out there and share something that I'm passionate about, something that I thoroughly enjoy doing, and having a little bit of peace of mind and doing that. And just being able to teach her and coach her, but she's really competitive. So like when her putts weren't sinking, or her chips weren't very good, or her driver wasn't very good, she was getting really frustrated. And it just kind of reminded me, about 6-7 years ago, whenever I was learning how to play golf, that yes, I was getting frustrated when I would hit the driver and it didn't work, or, but like last night I got the opportunity just to kind of practice a little bit more of my pitch game. So there were times where the ball was actually like in the fairway that I would actually hit the ball into like the rough. And so I could try to hit it out of there. Hey, Michael, thank you for jumping on. Great to see you on with us, too. I hope I get to see you next Friday out at camp for facilitator training. Love to be out there with you. I just miss seeing you. Like, I haven't seen you since we did a joint youth group up there at Newton. So I hope everything's going great up there. This is, I know he's not on right now, but if he ends up watching a little bit later, but this is for Kendall Eden up in Newton. I'm wearing the new Sunday Cool shirt. For those of you guys don't know, it just says Yoko, and all it says on there, it says you only quarantine once. So, I, I mean, hopefully we only quarantine once, right? Hopefully we only quarantine once. So, but I'm wearing my new Yoko t-shirt. That's why I don't play competitive and no good. I love it, Celia. And so yes, I've never really played like competitively. The like I guess like the most competitive I've ever done is I've participated in like fundraising golf tournaments. Like the first summer I was here in Wichita, I participated in the Dewey Free Memorial Golf Tournament, and that was really fun to be a part of that. And to play best ball, like that's something that's really fun to do. Like it helps the game go faster, and you get to work with each other. And so, we didn't win that year, but it's all good. Like I still had a lot of fun getting out there with people like Josh Sollard was on my team at that time. Getting on the course with, these guys that used to be good friends with Dewey Free. And at the time, I didn't even know who Dewey Free was. But meeting some of these guys that really are passionate about the sport and getting to talk to them and pick their brains and just getting ready to share this love of golf with each other. So, but hey, I'm glad you guys could jump on with us. If you were just now jumping on with us, this is a segment I like to call Coffee with Bryan. We're going to start a game here in about 5 minutes. So before I get into that, let me run through a little bit of our announcements with you so that way you know what's going on. So this is Coffee with Bryan. I do this every Friday. Next Friday is actually going to be a pre-recorded one because like I've already alluded to, I'm going to be out at the camp doing some camping, some stuff out there for the camp to help them out. And so it will be a pre-recorded one. So loved you guys that jump on there. I try to keep it a little bit shorter since it is a pre-recorded one. But every Friday at 3 p.m. I do this called Coffee with Bryan. Just an opportunity for you guys to get to know me a little bit more. I've really enjoyed Pete jumping on and doing Ask Your Pastor, which he does Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 2 p.m. I got a slide for that here in a little bit, but then on Wednesday nights he does it at 7 p.m. But this is my section. This is me. I get to do this all by myself. I get to do all my fun games, interactions, get to do all my own slides and stuff like that. And I love being a part and just being able to put out a product out there for you because I love you. I miss you guys dearly. And so I hope everything's going great for you. But this is Friday Coffee with Bryan. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at Bryan, Bryan, at glenpark.com. Again, that is BRY, Bryan with a Y, and Glenn with 2 N's. Love to have you guys shoot me some emails. Any questions that you have regarding summer activities for your students, I'd love to be a part of that. So I know some of our parents watch this a little bit later. That's all good. I know some of you guys are still working right now. So just letting you guys know if you have any questions, concerns about camp at all, that would be great. Shoot them to me. Don't forget to join us for Sunday worship at 10:30 a.m. every Sunday morning on Facebook or YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, go right exactly back to this exact same location and you will find our service being streamed right there. Or if you want to watch us on Facebook, you have to, not this Facebook page, but you're going to go to the Glen Park Church page. Love you guys to join us on that page at 10:30 every Sunday at 10:30. We have a phenomenal worship set in place for this Sunday. I get to play my guitar. I'm not on the drums this Sunday. And if you guys know me, that is really like my bread and butter. Like I love playing guitar. Now, drums is something that I love and enjoy playing, but it just doesn't measure up to the passion that I have for guitar. So, and don't forget, if you have students, I'd love to have them join with me on Monday. We will not be meeting this coming Monday because it's Memorial Day weekend. Spend some time with your family. Have a good weekend. I love you, students. But I want to spend some time with my family over the extended weekend. I want you to spend some more time with your families this weekend too, as if we haven't spent enough time, right? And we're going to talk about that here in a little bit, something that God's really kind of put on my heart. I already talked a little bit about this. There is some summer activities coming up. Camp is still scheduled to happen. These are the prices that I've got them set for you. Camp for middle school, which is the camp that I'm in charge of. I'm the dean for that. I've planned the worship band, the speaker, all the activities, all the games. And Phil, our camp director, has gone through a whole communable, I can't pronounce the word, basically he's got a whole like disease plan where he's got all these sanitation measures, all these safety measures, all these social distancing, and we've actually changed it from not so much social distancing, but personnel distancing. Because if we say social distancing, it's basically like we don't even want you to be around each other. No, we want you to still be social and want you to still to interact with people, but you got to have some distancing between you. So we've already taken a lot of that stuff into measures. And so I'm being a huge proponent and a huge advocate for camp this summer because I'm in charge of it. And I want you to hear from my heart, I have your kid's best interest at heart. If I wasn't willing to send my own kid to camp, I don't want you to I wouldn't want you to do it. But I'm telling you right now, I'm sending my kid to camp because I trust the measures that are taking into place that Phil's doing there at PVCC. And I would love to have you guys join this. Let me see who's jumped on here that I haven't said hi to. Well, hi there, Miss Kathy Davis and Bobby Graham. Man, I have not seen or heard from you in forever, Mr. Graham. I hope things are going good. We were just talking about you in staff meeting about how things have been for you guys. Because I know you guys were supposed to go back before all this COVID-19 garbage kind of happened. And so just wondering what's going on in the life of the Graham family and how that's working out with your guys' ministry in Africa. So, hey, but right now we're talking about camp. Love you guys to come and be a part of that. Come be a part of high school camp. My kid will be going out to kids camp, which is for second and third graders. This is the price that you will pay for camp. Now, if you have any questions at all of anything that I just talked about, that's okay. I've already talked about this, but ask your pastor Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays at 2 p.m. and then Wednesdays at 7 p.m. You can view this at our Glen Park Christian Church page on Facebook. And so let me go ahead and get to our slide for our game. I got to get this all opened up here. But I'm going to go ahead and call my first contestant for our game, and that way we can get them involved in this game here in just a second. So I got to see if I can get this open. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to open this up. I'm going to call my first contestant for this game, if I can get a hold of her, if she's ready for me. So the game we're going to be playing... Wait, let's see if she'll answer.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, how we doing, Miss Dana? How we doing?
I'm good. I'm in Joplin, Missouri with Dicey, and we're getting ready to pull over.
Oh, are you? Well, how about that? I'm glad that you are not going to drive and do this. So I kind of gave you a little bit of a heads up of what this game was called, right?
No.
No? Okay. Well,
You told me you were going to ask me questions, and I was going up against Pastor Pete. That's all I know.
Yes. Okay, so this game is called Are You Smarter Than Your Lead Pastor, okay?
All right.
Okay, and so what this is going to look like is, oh wait, I'm thinking here. Someone just texted me. Who just texted me? Just heads up on your Facebook. Oh, okay. Thanks, Pete. I'll change that. I'll make a correction on that. Okay, so what's going to happen, Dana, is I've got 4 categories that you're going to pick from, okay? And so you get to pick the category. So Pete had to answer every question in every category, but you get to pick whatever category you want, and you're going to try to beat him. Now, if you beat him, Dana, you get to receive one of our Glen Park Youth t-shirts. I've got a t-shirt just for you, one of the new Glen Park Youth shirts, okay?
Okay, I want to win.
Okay, you want to win. Well, good. Okay, so let me go ahead. I'm going to tell you what the categories are real quick, and you get to pick whatever one you want, okay?
Okay, let me ask you. I'm not on Skype or anything like that, am I?
Your audio is.
Okay, that's fine, because my hair's sticking straight up. We've been talking all day.
No, you're okay. No, you're not on video or anything, just your voices, okay? So,
Okay, can I put it on speakerphone?
yes, you can put it on speakerphone, and I will actually allow for you to even use Dicey and Dan, or Dicey there with you, okay?
Okay, let me put it on speaker. Hang on.
Okay. So you get a little bit of an advantage, more of an advantage than Pastor Pete did. Okay, so here's your categories, Dana. You guys can pick one, okay?
All right.
So your categories are Penguins trivia, 80s trivia, The Office, like the show The Office, or coffee.
Okay, well, I'm good on 2 of them.
Okay, which one do you want to go with?
Office.
The Office? Like The Office?
Yeah, like the movie, the show Office?
Yeah, like the show, like with Michael Scott and all that?
Okay, got it.
Okay, so here we go. We're going to give you your first question from The Office.
Okay.
Okay. Oop, 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 not that one. Here we go. The first question is, a foreign exchange student lived with Michael Scott when he was younger, or when he was young. What did the student take from Michael Scott when he went back? What did he steal from Michael? Was it A, all of his blue jeans? Was it all of his shorts or his favorite shoes?
Favorite shoes.
His favorite shoes. Well, Dana, I'm sorry, it wasn't his favorite shoes. It's actually all of his blue jeans.
Okay, I want to start over again.
Okay, now Pete got that one right, okay? Pete got that question right.
Of course he did.
Of course he did. Okay, let's go to our next question, okay?
All right.
Okay, now there's an episode on the show where Dwight and this your little boy, his name is, it's Robert California's son, okay? They agree on what animal is the scariest animal. Is it a shark, a bear, or is it a box jellyfish? Which one of those three do you think he picks as the scariest animal that they agree on?
My partner is really stupid. She's the one that told me to choose this. A bear.
A bear. No, unfortunately, it is the box jellyfish. And Pastor Pete got that one right too, Dana.
Okay, I want to change categories.
No, you can't. We can't switch now, Dana.
All right.
Let's hope. Let's just hope that Pastor Pete didn't get any of the other ones right. Okay, here we go.
I know, but my partner's stupid.
It's okay. Okay, what Christmas song is Angela's favorite song just in general? What is her favorite song in general? Is it "Oh Come Let Us Adore Him," "A Little Drummer Boy," or "Silent Night"?
A drummer boy.
Yes, there you go. You got it right. It is "Little Drummer Boy," and Pastor Pete did get that one correct. Okay? Last one. Here we go. For the audition of Sweeney Todd, Michael acts out an entire episode from what TV show? From a TV show. Which TV show was it? Was it Law and Order? Was it Threat Level Midnight? Or was it Lost?
Law and Order.
It is Law and Order. And guess what? Pastor Pete got that one right. He got all four of these right. Hey, but Dana, guess what? Just because I love you and thank you for jumping on the show, I'm going to give you a t-shirt anyways.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, all right.
I will have a shirt ready for you when you guys come back. Okay, Dana?
All right, I want to do it again. Do I get another category?
That is it, actually, for right now. I can't do any more categories because I got to let the kids pick one that they're going to be jumping on in a little bit.
All right.
Okay? Hey, I will invite you to come back next time when I do this, okay?
Yeah, but I want to cheat. Let me know what I'm doing.
Oh, okay. I'll let you pick the category, okay?
It's the new Christian way. We got to cheat to win.
Oh, okay. Well, my wife always says that if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
That's true. That's why I said. Bye.
Okay, love you guys. Thank you guys so much.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, I didn't get a chance to really formally introduce Dana as much. Dana is one of our youth sponsors, and I'm glad that she could be a part of that show. So, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and call our next contestant and have them jump on the show with us. Oh, look at that. Hey, Dana, if you're watching this a little bit later, Pete actually says, "Good job, Dana." I'll tell you right now, that is actually Pete's best category he did. The Office is his thing. I'm not even kidding. Whenever, within the first week of Pete being here, me and him were sitting in his office, and he says, "I got a serious question for you. Are you an Office fan?" And I was like, "Yes." And he says, "Good, because I am too." So that was a little bit of an advantage sway towards Pastor Pete. So let me go ahead. I'm going to call our next contestant. I'm going to be a little bit early for him, but I think he'll be okay with it. So let me go ahead and call him. Oh, no, I'm going to FaceTime him. I'm going to FaceTime him. We're gonna FaceTime Jake in. What's up, Jake? Hey, I'm gonna see if I can turn you around and get you on the screen here. Let's see here. I don't know if I can get you. I can't quite see it. Okay. Hey, there we go. Now I got you on the screen. There we go. Okay. Hey, so Jake, you are on this show with us. I think I told you a little bit of what the game was called, right?
I don't remember.
No? Okay. Well, I'll give you a little bit of grace because I'll give you grace. You're a student who forgets things, right? School's no longer in session. You can forget stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so what this game is called, it's called Are You Smarter Than Your Pastor, okay? So if I'm looking down at you, it's because it's here, but if I'm looking over here, it's because all my questions are over here. So, okay, so I just got off the phone with Dana Davis, and so Dana just got done playing one of our categories. And so what it is, I'm going to ask you 4 different questions. I asked the exact same 4 questions to Pastor Pete, and so you are competing against Pastor Pete. If you win this game, you are going to win one of the Glen Park Youth shirts, okay? I'm wearing the Yoko shirts. They came in, so if you win, I will be bringing you 2 shirts because I've got your Yoko shirt and I'll be bringing you the Glen Park Youth shirt, okay? And so here is your categories that you get to pick from, okay? If your parents are there, they can help you out with this, okay? But here's the categories you still get to pick from, okay? The categories you get to pick from are Penguin Trivia, 80s Trivia, or Coffee.
Oh, that's hard. Those are random.
I know, they literally are. They're really, really random, but you get to pick the category. Pastor Pete didn't get to pick any of the categories. He had to answer every question.
All right. I guess coffee.
Coffee. Hey, Pastor Pete just said, yo, Jake. So he's excited. He says, if you lose, I get your shoes.
Oh no.
Oh no. You can't have his shoes, apparently. So you said coffee?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get our first question here for coffee. Okay, here we go. Take the title screen off. Here we go. Okay, the first question says, people began drinking coffee either A, during World War I, B, in the time of Christ, or C, in the 9th century.
C.
C. Final answer?
Yeah.
You are correct, and guess what? Pastor Pete got the exact same answer. Look at you. You're already tied for him. You're doing great. Okay, next question. Here we go. Goat herders invented coffee after they what? A, had trouble staying up late or staying awake all night, or B, noticed that eating coffee beans made their goats very lively, or C, when they ran out of tea.
I'm gonna go with B.
B. Final answer?
Mm-hmm.
That is correct. Look at you, Jake. You're 2 for 2. 2 for 2. And guess what? Pete got the same answer. So you guys are both tied right now. You guys are both tied. Okay? Here we go. Now, number 3. Question number 3. Coffee became a popular drink with newcomers to North America when, was it A, the indigenous people taught them about coffee, B, when the Boston Tea Party made tea hard to come by? So you remember that? Can you remember that from history class? Okay. Or C, when shepherds noticed that eating coffee beans made goats more lively? Which one of those 3 do you think actually caused it? So when did it become popular here in North America, in America? Out of those 3 answers.
I'm gonna go with the Tea Party one. I think it was B.
The Tea Party. And Jake, you are correct. Pastor Pete got that one right too, so 3 for 3. Okay, last question. Here we go. Pope Clemente the 12th, okay, Pope Clemente the 12th was such a big coffee fan, so much that he served coffee at Mass. He had coffee baptized. Now, Pete had to ask me, he said, did he baptize people or just simply had coffee baptized? I can't confirm that or not. I don't know if he actually baptized people in coffee or that if he just had coffee baptized. I think it was just that he simply had coffee baptized. Or C, that only clergy members, like pastors or priests, could actually drink coffee. Out of those three, what do you think he actually did? He was such a big fan of it. Did he serve it at Mass? Did he have it baptized? Or did he only have it served to clergymen?
A.
A? Well, guess what? That's not right. But Pastor Pete, he did get it right. So, Jake, actually you lost. But because I love you and I'm glad that you could jump on the show, I'm giving you a t-shirt anyways, okay? So you don't have to surrender your shoes. Here's the thing. You would have had to get every answer right because Pete got them all right. Pete is actually a lot smarter than we thought, guys. He's extremely smart. So, hey, Jake, thanks for jumping on. I will be bringing you not only your Yoko shirt, but I'm also going to bring you one of the Glen Park Youth shirts. I'll bring the same size. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thanks for jumping on, Jake. Hope to see you guys soon, okay?
Yeah, see you, man.
Okay, later. Hey, guys, I'm not even kidding. Pastor Pete did a phenomenal job at all of my games. Holy cow. Or all my questions. I think he did an absolutely great job playing the game with me. He's been a great sport in helping this whole thing happen. And him being able to actually let me have the freedom to do this was really, really exciting. So, okay. So, let me go ahead. I'm going to call my next contestant, okay, and have them jump on with us. Okay, so actually before I do that, I did get a text from Pastor Pete. And a little bit of a correction when it comes to our Facebook page. I'm so sorry. I thought I fixed this, Pete. But Sunday service, just heads up, our Facebook is actually Glen Park Church. So right there, I have it right on this one, but for some reason I have it wrong on the Ask Your Pastor, okay? So if you guys have already liked that page and you've clicked that notification button to join us, for services, you should already get a notification that says that we got that, okay? Oh, Kathy thinks he cheats. Oh, Kathy, come on. Oh, yes. So, Kathy, are you guys going to the lake this weekend? Are you guys going to the actual lake this weekend? Like, my wife and them were supposed to go to Hillsboro, but they decided to opt out and not go to Hillsboro, I guess. So they're going to stay home with me this weekend. I was kind of looking forward to the weekend. Who knew you were that smart? I bet April knew. Right? Our wives have always got our backs. They've always got our backs. Oh, Kathy, they're not going to the lake. I still think you ought to get like a vinyl wrap on your guys' motorhome that literally says like the highlight of your twilight. I think that would be the funniest thing still to put on the side of the motorhome. So, okay, so let me go ahead and call. I'm going to call my next contestant to be a part of Ask Your Pastor. So let me see if I can get them on the wire with us here. Let's see if she'll join us here. Ryan, what is up? Hi, did I wake you? Did you just wake up?
No.
Okay, you've been awake? Because yesterday your sister was telling me that you were sleeping.
Oh yeah, I was kind of asleep all day.
I love the braids, girl.
Okay, I got hold on, let me take them. I tied it with my own hair. Hold on.
You tied it with your own hair?
Yes.
Wow. I'm about to show you on screen with that hair.
Really?
I'm just kidding. You don't want to be seen on the screen? I won't show you on screen, okay? It's all good. Hey, so I don't think I told you exactly everything that this game entails. The game you're going to be a part of is called Are You Smarter Than Your Pastor, okay?
Okay.
And so, but it's not me. You're going up against Pastor Pete, okay? So I've already called your grandma. Gammy was a part of the show. She got beat by Pastor Pete. Then I also just got off the phone with Jake Sweeney, and he lost to Pastor Pete. So you've got to be the redeeming hope. Come on, Ryan, you can do this. You can do this. I need you to beat Pastor Pete. Wait,
what is it about?
Okay, so it's trivia questions, and you get to pick the trivia, okay? You get to pick the categories. Okay, so I had 4 categories altogether. 2 of them are gone, so you get to pick between which one. Okay, so here's your categories you get to pick from. You get to pick penguin trivia, so penguins, which is my personal favorite. Okay, or 80s trivia. Which one would you like to go for?
Oh no. I don't know anything about either.
I know. You just gotta hope that you know more than Pastor Pete.
If you would have done like 70s music or Disney.
Hey, I know, right? I had that last week. I had those last week. But this is your chance. We got to see if you can be smarter than Pastor Pete.
Oh no.
Oh,
Wait, how old
no.
is he?
You're going to go with what?
How old is he?
He's, I don't know if he wants me to tell you. I think he's 40. I think Pete's 40 now. You can do it. Hey, you can do it, Ryan. You can do it.
Okay.
Which one? Let's do 80s. Can we do 80s? Let's do the 80s.
Okay,
You probably know more about the 80s than you think you do, okay? I think you probably know more about the 80s than you think.
Probably not.
I think you do. Okay, so let me go ahead. I'm going to switch on over there. So here we go.
Go away.
Here's your first question, okay, regarding the 80s, okay? What was the highest grossing movie in the 80s, okay? You get which one earned the most money, okay? Was it Top Gun? Was it Back to the Future? Or was it E.T. the Extraterrestrial? Which one do you think it was?
I'm guessing E.T.
E.T. Well, guess what, girl? You're right. And Pastor Pete got that one right, too. So you guys are tied on that one, okay? Next question. Here we go. In which 1980s theme song, okay, inspired its own separate movie, okay? Was it Footloose? Was it Eye of the Tiger? Or was it Danger Zone?
I'm guessing Footloose.
Footloose? However, girl, it wasn't. This one, fortunate enough though, Ryan, Pastor Pete got this one wrong too. It's actually Eye of the Tiger. Eye of the Tiger was the one that was actually inspired an entire series. You'd think it would be Footloose, right? Because you actually had a movie called Footloose, right? Okay, but Eye of the Tiger was the one. Now, do you know what Eye of the Tiger song was used in what movie?
No.
No, I bet you would. It's a boxing one. Come on, you know
I
it.
can't think of the name of it, but like I know what movie.
Rocky. There you
Yeah.
go with Sylvester Stallone. Okay, here we go. Hey, it's okay because you're tied with him right now. Here we go. Next question. Okay, this quote. Okay, it's a quote from a movie. Okay, it's "Carpe diem, boys. Seize the day. Make your life extraordinary." Came from what movie? Did it come from Indiana Jones, The Breakfast Club, or Dead Poets Society?
I'm against the Breakfast Club.
You think it's Breakfast Club? No, girl, it's not. It's actually Dead Poets Society. Hey, if you've never watched that movie, you need to go watch it. It's got the late, great Robin Williams in it, okay? It's a beautiful story. It's a great, great movie, okay? Hey, Pastor Pete got that one right, so he's got one up on you, okay? Last question. Here we go. Okay? You said you like Disney, so here you go. This is actually a Disney question. Okay? Which film was Disney's first animated film to use computer graphics? Okay? Was it A, The Fox and the Hound, B, The Little Mermaid, or C, The Lion King? Actually uses computer graphics. Because before that, they didn't use computer graphics. So which one was their first one? It came out in the 80s. So if you can kind of think a timeline of Disney movies, okay?
It's the Fox and the Hound.
You think it's Fox and the Hound? Okay? We'll reveal the answer. It is Fox and the Hound. And guess what? Pastor Pete actually got that one right, too. I didn't think you would get it. Hey, but Ryan, because I love you, I'm going to let you still win a prize, okay? Well, you've already gotten one of the Yo Coach t-shirts. You've already won one of our youth shirts. I've already given you a Chick-fil-A gift card. I'm going to give you a Walmart gift card, too, okay? Your sister has the Chick-fil-A gift card. You need to go steal it from her.
Okay.
Okay? Did she give you at least the t-shirts? No,
You said that
she's
you
got the
didn't give
t-shirt.
it to her.
Do what?
You said that you didn't give it to her.
The t-shirts?
Yeah.
Whatever, Ryan. Array.
She's not here. She's still sleeping.
Oh.
This is Ryder.
Oh, Ryder's there. Hi, Ryder.
Hi. I asked her, I was like, did Bryan give you my t-shirt? She was like, no.
She's just being silly. She's just being silly. Hey, but yes, I'm gonna give you a Walmart gift card now. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So since you've already won just about every prize I can give out because you just keep winning at our Zoom live hangout, you're ridiculously smart. So
Big brain.
big brain. Hey Ryan, thanks for joining us. Hey, we're looking forward to having you guys join us soon for church. Okay. Okay, have a great day. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Okay, bye. Hey, guys. Thank you so much to our contestants for being a part of our show. Pastor Pete, you did a phenomenal job. Thank you. I think everything has been just fine and dandy. It's been going great. Everything's been going okay thus far. We've got a couple of dropped frames, it looks like. But as far as I can tell, nothing has really amassed anything bad. I'm just taking a look at some of our analytics here from OBS. Everything's doing okay. Okay, so awesome. I love seeing that everything's kind of working. Okay, real quick, I'm just going to run through a little bit of our announcements. For you guys that are jumping on, you guys have stumbled in. I love how Pastor Pete says that. You stumbled in. And so, yes, you have stumbled into a segment I like to call Coffee with Bryan. I do this every Friday at 3 p.m. Let me go ahead and put my graphic up here so you guys can see this. I do this every Friday at 3 p.m. Next week will be a pre-recorded one. I will have it uploaded. It will air right at 3 p.m. So just keep an eye out for that, as well as it will go broadcasted on YouTube. So if you guys are watching this over there on YouTube because you don't have Facebook, that's all good. I'm not dishing on you. Some people just don't have Facebook, and that's perfectly okay. And so if you guys are watching this over there, I'll have a video that gets uploaded for you guys to watch everything over there. As well as if you have any questions regarding youth ministry stuff, what's it going to look like whenever we open up potentially on July 5th. That was the announcement that Pastor Pete, along with Dawn, that's a representative of our leadership, brought forth just a couple weeks back. That's our projected date to start. We will not have children's programming on those Sundays, but we are going to have 2 services. You get to pick which service you want to come to. We will provide activity sheets. We will have coloring sheets. We will have stuff to involve your student into the service. And if you're one of those parents that's just like, I don't want my kid to come because I don't want them to be a distraction, I'm going to tell you right now, as their youth pastor, as your student pastor, I don't care. We have missed seeing you guys so much that we don't care. And so we want you guys to come, please, gladly come be a part of it. If your kid cries, it's not going to affect us. It's not going to affect Pastor Pete and his sermon. He will gladly take the sound of a crying child. You know why? Because we've been hearing the sound of this. Cricket, 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 because our auditorium is so empty on Sundays. So come be a part of that. Just the simple fact that we're going to be preaching and sharing God's word to a face, not a camera, is what we're looking forward to the most. So come be a part of that. We'd love you guys to join us for that. So Sunday mornings, you can always join us for Sunday worship. If you don't want to come July 5th, we're still going to continue to live stream our services via Facebook and YouTube. That's why we are trying so hard to get everything fixed. OBS, which is our open broadcasting system that we used to actually broadcast this on both platforms. And so please come be a part of Sunday worship via physically July 5th, or just stay home if you just still don't feel as confident. So we love you. If you have a student, please let them come be a part of our Monday night Bible study. We will not be meeting this Monday because it's Memorial Weekend. Spend some time with the family and have some fun with them. I want to go spend some time over the holiday weekend with my family too, as well as don't forget about camp. You guys can register online right now. You guys, you do not have to register right now. If you're sitting here just like, I want to wait till things kind of pan out, that's fine. You have every right as a parent, as a guardian, as a loved one, as a supporter, whatever, to say, I would rather wait till this kind of pans out and see what things kind of happen right now. That's fine. You guys have up until 2 weeks before camp starts. And the reason why is because one of the new camp policies that were put into place for this summer was that we were going to close registration within the last 2 weeks of camp because we're doing a screening process with the kids. Because when you register, we're going to reach out to you and go, okay, have you been in contact with anybody that has had COVID? Have you had a fever or felt feverish? Within the last couple weeks, have you had a potential risk of being exposed to the COVID-19? And we want to do that because we want to protect the camp, we want to protect the kids, and we want to protect the policies that have been put in place for the Crawley County Health Department down there. And we want to abide and respect those authorities that have been placed down there. Phil's done some great jobs with sanitation, does some great jobs with making sure that we maintain personnel distancing, not social distancing, because you still want to be social, but distance yourself physically. Personnel distancing, but still maintaining social. Okay? We want you to be social, but just have some distance between you and that person. Crawley County has not required us to wear masks, has not required us to wear gloves. Because we are a facility that will be outside, we can still be social, but be personnel distance from each other. If that means that our camp worship style is going to look a little bit different, that's okay. They are cool with everything. The health department has been out there to the facility. They love how everything's set up. In fact, camp is actually better set up for us to house a pandemic like this. And so I want to speak truth into the parents that maybe have questions about this. Camp has got the green light from the health department down there. They have gone out there, they have inspected, they've looked at the facility, they trust, and they've looked at the plan that Phil has put into effect down there. They respect it. They're thinking, man, you actually have better regulations than some of the stores and Walmarts that's in place there in Ark City. So Phil has done his hot job. He's done his homework. He's grade A. Camp is going to be awesome. I look forward to it, and we're doing great things for the camp. So that being said, don't forget, Ask Your Pastor with Pastor Pete every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Note the difference that on Wednesday it's at 7 p.m. that he does. The other thing I want to kind of do, we've been doing this with our students on Wednesday nights, and I want to present it to you guys. We've been going through this like bracket because we missed March Madness. We just finished up our ice cream, the best of ice cream bracket, where we determined our championship came down to any type of peanut butter ice cream versus cookies and cream. So if you would like to cast your vote for that one to know who's the actual championship of that ice cream, I'd love to have your vote for that one. Okay, I want to present this bracket to you also. And so this is our best of cereal bracket. Okay, I'm going to post this up on our student ministry Instagram page. And I want you to let me know what you think is your best or favorite cereal just in the first bracket. Don't fill out the whole bracket, okay? We're going to do this step by step, week by week. And so this way, next week when I upload the video on Facebook, you guys will see the new updated schedule or the new updated bracket with the first round of winners. So take a look at the bracket. You've got Frosted Mini Wheats versus Cookies Crisp. You've got the Honey Nut Cheerios versus Raisin Bran Crunch. You've got Fruit Loops versus Apple Jacks, which I was like, dang, that's a hard one for me. You've got Captain Crunch versus Honeycombs. You've got Reese's Puffs versus just there's the Honey Nut Cheerios. The other one was Honey Bunches of Oats. Sorry. And then you've got the Golden Grams versus Cinnamon Toast Crunch, which is another close battle for me. You've got Fruit Loops versus Frosted Flakes, and then you've got Cocoa Puffs versus Corn Pops. I love every last one of those cereals. These are the top 16 cereal brands that are on the market right now, and so we want to see you as the viewing audience as well as our students that are watching this, what is your favorite brand? Don't fill out the whole bracket. Just tell me who do you think is going to win that first round, and shoot me a text. Email it to me if you want. I will post this up on our Facebook page at the Glen Park Youth page, as well as our Glen Park Youth Instagram page, and let me know. Email them to me, or if you have my phone number, text them to me. I'd love to have your guys' casted votes for that. So, that being said, let me go ahead and transition into just a little bit of a dialogue with you guys. If you guys have just fumbled in, I'm glad that you guys could join us. This is a segment we call Coffee with Bryan. We do this every Friday, where I just get to kind of ramble and talk to a camera, basically what it is. I got my cup of coffee. It's hot. It's still hot. I'm surprised, but it's still working. But I give you guys a little bit of an update of what's going on in the life of the church with the youth ministry stuff. And I kind of just get the chance to share with you guys a little bit of my heart. And so, my heart, Pastor Pete, or Pastor Don always talks about that. A little bit about me and my heart and what God has kind of set on me. You know, as we look forward and as we look at some of the things that are happening, as we progress forward with potentially opening up the doors, and we've already talked about where we're going to open up our doors to a 2-service format starting July 5th. I know it's a holiday weekend. But as we've looked over that and then looked back at a couple of weeks where we've been in quarantine, where I've had to work from home and where I've had to have my kids literally like in the next room or sitting on the couch right next to me as I'm trying to Bible study. And it's been a moment for me to where my wife was like, why don't you talk about that? And so what we discovered was, and my wife brought this back in light of it, she says, you may not have liked it as much, but I think it's actually restored our family relationship even better. And the reason why was because I'm one of those guys that really just puts his head down and just likes to do his work. And I think the simple fact is that I really struggled with not being able to like close my door in the office and just do my work. Here, there's not really a place for me to go to be by myself and to do my work like that. I can go down to the basement, but like my kids like to go outside, and the only way to really access to go outside is to actually go through our basement. And I couldn't quite just like go to my bedroom because the kids like to run around upstairs, and so I didn't really have a place to go. But what my boys got to see was their dad reading this. And actually having it open and reading this, because half the time when I do my quiet times is they're usually still asleep or I'm at the office. And so they didn't ever really get to see me doing my study time doing this. And so for me and my family, they knew that Daddy was a pastor. Like Bradley gets it, Daddy's a pastor. And, my wife brought this to me about a couple months ago when Bradley questioned his daddy, and she was telling me this, that Bradley came to her and he even said this. He says, I kind of feel like Daddy loves those other kids more than us. And that broke my heart. That really did break my heart to hear that my own son thinks I love the other kids because he hears me say that to them, that I love them. And not that I don't say that to my kid, that I love him too, but it meant so much to him whenever he would hear me say that to the kids, but it was different. It was different for him. Oh, hi, Mr. Baker. Thank you for jumping on. And so when Amanda shared that with me, she says, Bryan, you may have not liked the quarantine as much, but I think it actually bettered our family relationship more than you think. And so that was something that I had to really process. And now my boys have, we've talked about this. One of the activities that my son had to do during all this homeschool stuff was the first thing he would do in the morning before he started his schoolwork, before he started his typing stuff, before he did anything else, was we had him sit down with his Bible and actually write it down. We were walking him through the Sermon on the Mount, and so he was writing, but he was also reading it. And not only was he reading it and writing it, he would bring it to us. And so we were working on his reading skills, we were working on his writing skills, but then we would also talk to him about what was that scripture talking about. Like, these are the words of Jesus, and if you really truly love Jesus, this is what he says. And so if Jesus is saying this, don't you think we ought to try? Okay, if Jesus says this, is that how we live our lives? And there'd be some, no, sometimes not. Well, how can we change that? Not that you're a bad person, brother, but how do we change that? And as he was doing that, it was a reflection upon myself going, okay, this is the words of Jesus. And maybe it's because I've heard it 1,000 times, or maybe I read it a ton of times, or heard sermon after sermon. But it meant so much more to me that my son was not only reading it and writing it and then bringing his approach to the scripture. Because Jesus says this, that the kingdom belongs to those, like a little child, that if you're unwilling to receive the kingdom of God, just like this little child, you can't enter the kingdom of heaven. And what that is that, are you willing to have faith like a child? Are you willing to appreciate and take this? Don't quit bringing your presuppositions. Quit bringing your worldviews into it. Quit bringing what you want it to say. If Jesus says do not judge, then how do you do that? Okay, quit bringing your presuppositions. Well, what if they're gay? What if they're lesbian? What if they're transgender? What if they look different than me? What if they smell different than me? What if their ethnicity is different than me? What if they speak a different language? Jesus says, I don't care. Don't judge them. Now, as a believer, if you're a believer, we're called to call each other out, to hold each other accountable. That's different. Okay, but to somebody who's a non-believer, we have no right to tell somebody you can't come into our doors because of your ethnicity. We have no right to say you cannot come into our doors or accept Jesus because of this, and this. Quit putting stipulations on Jesus, because Jesus never put any stipulations on you to accept the gospel. And so what I love about what I've learned through this whole process, through this whole quarantine time, is that I need to be a better model for my kids. They need to actually see their daddy opening this thing up. They actually need to see daddy pray. They actually need to have their dad. And not just dad the pastor, they need dad the father. And I thought I was doing okay with that, but I wasn't. And it took my son to call it out on me. And so I've had to apologize to my own son. And dads, don't think you're too bold or too prideful to apologize to your kids. I'm a family pastor. My job is to encourage the family. And so this is my encouragement to you. Dads, be a dad. As you pursue your relationship and your fatherly relationship with your heavenly Father, allow your kids to see that too. Because they need to see their daddy pursuing their daddy too. And so, hey, I love you guys. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here in just a little bit. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for jumping on with us for Coffee with Bryan. I just wanted to share that a little bit from my heart and what God's been putting on my heart. This whole quarantine thing has been a blessing. But the silver lining is that we're actually reaching more people for the gospel than we've ever could have possibly imagined. Had we not been literally the hand of God forced onto this, there's so much that we could say, like, why did God do this? God didn't do it. God allowed it, absolutely. But maybe it was because he's forcing us to have deeper relationships with the people that we need to love the most, which is our families, which is our kids, which is our wife, it's our spouse. And so if that's the case, lean into that. Lean into that. As you pursue your relationship with your heavenly Father, allow yourself to be seen. Not because you're looking for eye service, but your kids and your wife need to see how much you actually love the Lord. But they know that you love them. And so, hey, I love you guys. I hope you guys have a phenomenally blessed weekend, and I hope to see you guys this coming Sunday on the screen with Sunday services. Pastor Pete's got a phenomenal service coming up. I got a great sermon prepared for you guys. Pastor Don's got a great job with getting a great worship set for you. We hope to see you guys this Sunday via Facebook as well as YouTube. Hey, let me go ahead and pray, and then we're gonna do our battle cry together. Okay? I want to start doing that with you guys too. So let me go ahead and pray. I'm gonna pray a blessing upon you, everyone that's here. If you're watching this later, I'm gonna pray for you right now. So Father God, I just love you, and we just praise you and give you all the glory right now. Father, we need to look at the blessings of all of this. There's a silver lining. Yes, their lives have been impacted, families have been shaken, and people have passed away because of this coronavirus. Lord, you have allowed it for some reason, whether it was just for people to begin to have a thirst for you, to really be lean into saying, I'm no longer in control of this, that this is something that's unknown and I'm fearful. But Father, let's not allow fear to be what dictates us coming to you. That yes, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, that out of reverence for you, we want to come to you. But Lord, let it be that because they want to come to church because they're hungry, they want to see you, they want to experience you, and they don't understand it. They don't understand what it is to have a heavenly being, an intelligent designer, a person that's in control of it. Lord, would you reach through these platforms and reach people for the gospel, unlike anything we've ever seen before. Lord, thank you for Pastor Pete and his love for this city. Thank you for Pastor Don and his love for music to reach people. Thank you for people like Becky who's reaching into the young homes and the young families that's preaching the gospel to them. Lord, work through Kathy Davis who allows our whole church to function. That if we couldn't do this as a church without Ms. Davis. And Father, we couldn't do this without our leadership. Lord, thank you so much for these people and what you're doing in their lives. Lord, we love you. We give you all the praise and honor and glory. Lord, you are greatly to be praised and greatly to be honored and not to be feared. Not to be feared. We don't look at the situation and be fearful, but that you have it all worked out and that you've got this all figured out. We just have to trust and have faith that you're going to make things for the good of those that serve and follow you. Guys, I love you. If you're watching this, I'm going to go ahead and stand up with you guys, and I'm going to do this battle cry with you guys too. So here we go. Here we go. If you don't know what our battle cry is, I'm going to go ahead and put it on the screen, and I want you guys to battle cry with us too. So here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. For the Lord and for Wichita, guys. I love you. Have a blessed week, and I hope you guys know we love you.